Advertencia Urgente de Ashtar Sheran Activa, ADN y Rompe, La Matrix Ashtar Sheran dramatically reveals that the Cabal's ultimate, desperate stratagem has been set into motion. This pivotal moment underscores how the profound practice of meditation serves as the essential conduit, meticulously connecting your very DNA with the inherent truth of the Creator, thereby meticulously dismantling the meticulously crafted control timelines that have long held humanity captive. What unfolds before us is not merely a struggle, but a definitive, epic-making battle, leading to the ultimate healing that is destined to liberate and save humanity. This, dear friends, is the dying gasp, the very last whisper of those who have sought to control us. I am Ashtar Sheran, a voice from the heart of the Intergalactic Light Command, and I arrive not to impose, but to illuminate, to unveil for you what countless souls have never dared to gaze upon, what has been meticulously hidden in plain sight. I come not armed with empty speeches, nor with hollow threats that breed further fear, but rather infused with the profound vibration of truth, of frequency, so potent it effortlessly dissolves the thick, obfuscating veils of the mind, clearing the path to clarity. What you are currently witnessing unfold across your earthly canvas is far more complex than a simple cascade of political chaos or an unfortunate succession of disconnected, casual crises. No, this tumultuous period is, in fact, the final, desperate gambit of an ancient, insidious structure, an entity that for countless millennia has harbored one singular, pervasive terror, the terrifying prospect that you, the magnificent beings you truly are, might finally remember your authentic, sovereign selves. The poignant human drama that frequently bombards your senses through the relentless hum of the media and the palpable tension on your streets is nothing more than a shimmering reflection of a far more profound, silent war. This unseen conflict rages not on physical battlefields, but across the invisible, ethereal planes of consciousness itself. Your perceived governments, those towering edifices of power, are in truth merely intricate puppets, their movements orchestrated by unseen, energetic threads. And your established religions? They are ingeniously designed structures, ostensibly built for spiritual enlightenment, yet cunningly purposed to keep the unbound essence of faith caged, confined within cold, unyielding stone temples. But let us be unequivocally clear: the true war, the one that has meticulously shaped the destinies of entire civilizations, that has determined the ebb and flow of planetary consciousness, is not waged with conventional weapons of steel and fire. It is fought, instead, with vibration, with frequency, with the very essence of your being. Every fleeting thought you consciously hold or unconsciously entertain, every profound emotion you choose to embrace or resist, every single word you articulate with your voice, each of these becomes a distinct, resonant frequency. And that frequency, my friends, serves as vital sustenance, as energy for one of the two formidable forces now locked in a timeless cosmic dance, the insidious force of forgetfulness, which seeks to dim your light, or the liberating force of remembrance, which yearns for your full reawakening. The Cabal, that sprawling, insidious, interdimensional network of manipulation and deceit, has now, in a climactic moment, unleashed its final, most cunning play. Their true objective is not to physically dominate you, to shackle your limbs with iron chains rather, Their profound ambition is to cunningly lock your brilliant mind within an intricate, disorienting labyrinth woven from ceaseless stimuli, paralyzing fear, and profound, debilitating confusion. Their master plan, while deceptively simple in its execution, is utterly perverse in its intent to relentlessly distract you from your inner truth, to skillfully divide you from your fellow humans, and, most insidiously, to sow deep seeds of doubt within your very being, making you question the undeniable radiance of your own inherent light. They have, with chilling precision, perfected the dark art of fabricating elaborate, deceptive realities, intricate constructs designed to perpetually trap you on the shallow periphery of your true, boundless being. This is no mere diversion. It is a meticulously orchestrated plan of massive, pervasive distraction, a profound dissociation from your own inner truth, and an insidious emotional anchoring to self-limiting fear timelines. Imagine being constantly bombarded, not just by external noise, but by a relentless barrage of contradictory information, an overwhelming deluge specifically engineered to exhaust your spirit, to weary your mind, until you simply give up, relinquishing the vital quest for truth within yourself. They flood your senses with an endless stream of vacuous, empty entertainment, so perfectly calibrated that the profound, insightful silence of introspection becomes utterly unbearable, a terrifying void. They cunningly teach you to believe, to your very core, that you are merely your physical body, that you're defined solely by your past, that your essence is tied to your debts, or that you are inherently stained by guilt. But hear me now, for this is the truth that reverberates from the cosmos. You did not journey here to simply fall, to be diminished, to succumb to these narratives. No, you came with a divine purpose to liberate, to transcend, to rise above. The awakening soul, once stirred from its slumber, cannot be tamed, cannot be silenced, cannot be controlled. This transmission, therefore, is an urgent clarion call, a resonant summons for you to decisively awaken from this deep, induced trance, to courageously return to your sacred inner center, that inviolable sanctuary where no external force, no manipulation, no entity can ever truly reach you. Understand this deeply. You will not achieve this liberation through the volatile fires of anger, nor through the abrasive clashes of confrontation, nor through any form of external, reactive resistance. You will achieve it profoundly and definitively through the singular power most deeply feared by all who seek to control the serene, unyielding power of inner stillness. For it is within the sacred silence, cultivated through dedicated meditation, that the collective mind of humanity begins to shed its induced hypnosis, much like a serpent sheds its old skin, and the intricate vibrational control network, so meticulously constructed, begins to shimmer, fracture, and ultimately disintegrate into nothingness. Meditation is not, I repeat, not a passive act of quiet contemplation. It is, in its purest, most potent form, a spiritual rebellion, an act of sovereign reclamation. It is the exquisite art of returning, with deliberate intent, to that foundational point within you where nothing and no one can ever truly possess you, where your essence remains unblemished and free. When you choose to gently close your eyes, the overwhelming cacophony of the external world, the endless hum of societal demands and manufactured anxieties, gracefully fades away. In that profound silence, You will begin to perceive, to truly hear, the ancient, resonant voice that the entire controlling system has desperately attempted to silence for centuries, the unwavering, undeniable voice of the Source, residing vibrantly within you. That voice does not thunder with commands, nor does it whisper empty promises. It simply, yet profoundly, says remember. And when you truly remember, when that deep knowing ignites within you, the entire fabricated game, the grand illusion, instantly loses its power, its meaning, its very foundation. For the profound awakening of even a single human consciousness into its full, magnificent potential sends ripples throughout the universe, instantaneously altering the delicate, energetic fabric of millions of still sleeping minds. This, dear awakened ones, is the hidden, often misunderstood purpose behind the very chaos you witness unfolding around you. It is not, in its ultimate design, destruction. It is, in fact, a magnificent, often tumultuous birth. The old world, that crumbling edifice of control and limitation, resists its inevitable demise with every fiber of its being, precisely because it intrinsically knows that its death will herald nothing less than the glorious birth of the true, authentic human, a being of unbounded potential and divine remembrance. This, then, is precisely why the darkness, in these climactic moments, seems to shout louder than ever before, why its shadowy tendrils appear to grasp more frantically. It is because it is being inexorably displaced, pushed back by an emergent light of light that does not descend majestically from the heavens above, but rather one that radiates brilliantly from deep within every single soul that bravely decides to open its eyes to its own truth. This, beloved souls, is the sacred hour of the conscious soul. The final, desperate whisper of the controllers has already been emitted, its last, futile attempt at retaining its grip. But mark my words, the resonant echo of your collective awakening, the vibrational symphony of your rising consciousness, is infinitely more powerful, more profound, and more enduring than their fading voice could ever hope to be. Remember who you are. Simply breathe deeply and consciously. Observe, without judgment, the world within and around you. And as you do, you will bear witness to the profound spectacle of the illusion itself beginning to crack, like fragile glass beneath the intensifying, purifying light of your sovereign presence. The cabal, indeed, they're the diligent guardians of forgetfulness. Yet, this cabal is not merely an ephemeral elite group discreetly manipulating global economies and pulling the hidden strings of governments from shadowy corners. No, it is a vast, ancient, interdimensional network, a meticulous weaver of lies that has spun its intricate web of deception since the tragic fall of Atlantis itself. It is a shadowy network that operates with chilling efficacy on the invisible, subtle planes of thought and emotion, precisely where the true, delicate threads of human destiny have been cunningly tied and manipulated for eons. Their formidable power does not truly reside in the material weapons they engineer or the vast hoards of gold they tirelessly accumulate. Rather, their profound authority stems directly from the collective unconsciousness of humanity itself. It is your forgetfulness, your unawareness, that paradoxically grants them their very legitimacy, their permission to exist and wield influence. They simply cannot exist, cannot maintain their grip without your profound state of forgetfulness. For countless eons, their singular, unwavering purpose has been to sever your intrinsic connection to your innate divinity, to keep you perpetually disconnected from your true, magnificent essence. Their insidious strategy has been to expertly infiltrate humanity's vast mental field, sowing insidious ideas of separation, fierce competition, paralyzing fear, and crippling lack like poisonous seeds within fertile soil. They have masterfully manipulated existing religious systems, not with the noble aim of elevating the human soul, but rather with the perverse intention of distorting the direct, sacred relationship between the individual being and the ultimate source. They cunningly transmuted authentic faith into rigid, unyielding dogma. They twisted profound wisdom into blind idolatry, and they brazenly declared absolute truth to be the exclusive, private property of the powerful few. But let us be clear, their most insidious triumph was not in achieving political control or orchestrating global economic manipulation. No, their greatest, most devastating victory was in painstakingly convincing you, over countless generations, that you are inherently small, that you possess no real power, and that you're utterly dependent on them for your very survival. Consider this every single time you utter the disempowering phrase, "I can't." Every instance you shrink from fully embodying who you are for fear of rejection. Every moment you deny the quiet, undeniable whisper of your own intuition for fear of judgment from others in those very moments. The cabal's insidious network strengthens, gaining palpable energetic density. Why? Because the cabal, you must understand, feeds voraciously on your low frequencies, the vibrations of fear, doubt, guilt, and inadequacy, not on your physical body. However, and this is the vital truth, here also lies the profound crack in their armor, their ultimate, inevitable failure. For a single, brightly awakened soul possesses the inherent power, the radiant vibrational force, to dissolve centuries of accumulated darkness. A mere spark of pure consciousness is more than enough to shatter their age-old enchantment, to break the hypnotic spell. Every single time a human being consciously remembers their divine essence, their inherent connection to the source, the entire planet's energetic fabric shifts, begins to transmute. Dark, constrictive lines of control and limitation fracture and dissipate, and in their sacred place, luminous filaments of pure light emerge, interweaving to exquisitely rewrite Earth's very vibrational map. This, beloved awakened ones, is the true revolution. It is not fought dramatically in the clamorous streets, nor within the sterile chambers of parliaments, nor across the fleeting, often superficial battlegrounds of social networks. No, this profound, silent revolution is fought and won in the sacred stillness of your own room, in the profound intimacy of your own being, when you courageously decide to look inward and, with unwavering conviction, declare, "I am," the source manifesting, not merely as a concept, but as a palpable, undeniable reality experienced within oneself. In that precise, luminous instant, the insidious cabal, those shadowy orchestrators of control, find their stranglehold over you utterly dissolved. Their dominion, their entire edifice of power, crumbles and ends precisely where your profound remembrance of your true, divine self vividly begins. For too long, they have been paradoxically known as the guardians of forgetfulness, not out of benevolence, but because their primary function is to meticulously guard the vast, collective amnesia that tragically prevents humanity from accessing its magnificent stellar heritage, our cosmic origins, our inherent multidimensional abilities, our undeniable connection to a grander universal tapestry. However, the times are changing, and the ancient, carefully constructed veils of illusion are not merely thinning, they are dramatically tearing apart. A profound planetary shift is underway. Our Earth's magnetic field is dynamically aligning with an extraordinary galactic light current, a powerful stream of photonic energy emanating from the cosmic core itself. This influx of high-frequency light is systematically reactivating dormant memories, not just in our minds, but deep within the very strands of our DNA, initiating a profound cellular awakening. This explains the surge of unusual symptoms many are experiencing: the inexplicable fatigue, sudden surges of creative energy, moments of profound clarity interspersed with periods of intense emotional release, a persistent, undeniable internal movement, a restless yearning, and an incessant, deep-seated searching for meaning, purpose, and truth that simply cannot be ignored. The human soul, indeed, is majestically awakening from millennial hibernation, a prolonged period of spiritual slumber. The controllers, the architects of this amnesia, sense that they viscerally feel this shift in the collective consciousness. And that, precisely, is why they are acting with such transparent desperation, intensifying their divisive tactics and fearmongering like cornered beasts. Yet, nothing, no manipulation, no last-ditch effort can truly stop the inevitable unfolding of this grand cosmic design. Why? Because remembrance, this deep recognition of self, is not a fragile memory to be erased, but a living, pulsating force, an intrinsic truth that cannot be censored, distorted, or destroyed. At this very moment, countless souls, perhaps thousands like yours, are actively reconnecting with their vast cosmic lineage, remembering the intricate details of their unique soul mission, and boldly reclaiming their inherent creative power, the power to shape reality itself. The paradigm has fundamentally shifted. It is no longer about direct, reactive fighting against them on their terms, which only feeds their energy. Instead, it is about a profound withdrawal of our consent, a deliberate cessation of, sustaining their very vibrational existence with our fear, our anger, our attention. This isn't a conventional war with physical weapons. It is, at its core, a conscious, sovereign choice. And every single choice made from a place of light, of truth, of conscious awareness, imperceptibly but powerfully erodes another thick, ancient wall of darkness. Understand this: you did not journey to this world to be a helpless victim trapped in this intricate game of manipulation. You came to bear witness to its dramatic conclusion and, more importantly, to actively co-author the radiant new beginning for humanity. For consider this profound truth: when just a single soul authentically remembers its divine essence, its inherent connection to the source, the entire universe, in a breathtaking display of cosmic synergy, subtly reorganizes itself around that remembrance, reflecting and amplifying its truth. And meditation, that serene practice of inner stillness, is the ultimate weapon they simply cannot control. Have you ever paused to wonder why everything in this hyper-stimulated world seems meticulously designed to distract you, to pull your attention outward? It's no accident. Every intricate element of the system, from constant notifications to manufactured crises, from the relentless pursuit of material gain to the pervasive noise of media, was carefully, meticulously built with one singular, insidious purpose to prevent you from ever truly looking inward, to keep you from discovering the boundless power residing within your own being. The controllers, with their cold, calculated intelligence, understand this fundamental principle as long as your attention remains scattered, externally lost in the hurried pace of modern life, entangled in relentless competition, drowned out by ceaseless noise, and ensnared in endless comparison with others. You will inevitably remain disconnected from the wellspring of your true power, your inherent divinity. But when a human being consciously chooses to stop, to pause the incessant external chase, when they intentionally choose to breathe consciously, deeply, and to simply observe the unfolding flow of their mind without judgment, then something truly catastrophic, from the perspective of the controllers, occurs. Awakening. This state of profound inner silence is not merely an absence of sound, it is the ultimate portal. Not the passive silence born of fear, resignation, or emotional suppression, but the active, vibrant, pregnant silence of the consciously awakened soul. It is that very silence that palpably vibrates like an exquisite frequency of profound peace, resonating throughout your being and simultaneously manifests as an invisible, yet intensely potent, fire that effortlessly disarms every single mechanism of manipulation. This inner silence is, quite literally, the shimmering door between worlds, the bridge connecting your physical reality with the vast, unseen realms of consciousness. It is precisely there where the relentless chatter of the rational, analytical mind finally ceases its incessant activity, that the deeper, more profound language of the universe begins to speak, communicating through intuition, symbolism, and direct knowing. That is why the architects of control have strategically filled your life with an unending torrent of noise, with urgent notifications, with jarring jolts of anxiety, and with constant, low-level stress. They know, with absolute certainty, that if you were to truly come to know, to embody, the magnificent, untamable power that lies within your profound stillness, their long-held reign of illusion would irrevocably end. Therefore, meditating is far more than a luxury reserved for the privileged or an exotic, esoteric technique for the spiritually inclined. It is an unequivocal act of spiritual sovereignty. It is the silent, yet thunderous declaration of the soul that boldly proclaims, "I choose to be conscious. I choose to be free." And that singular, resolute choice possesses the power to disintegrate, layer by layer, centuries of inherited conditioning, the societal norms, ancestral patterns, and limiting beliefs that have kept humanity tethered. When you consciously close your eyes in meditation, you are not, as some might perceive, evading or escaping the world. On the contrary, you are embarking on the most profound journey imaginable. You are returning to your point of origin, to the sacred, eternal place where the Creator breathes you into existence, sustaining your very being with every moment. In this sacred inner space, you transform into a lucid witness, an attuned observer who no longer instinctively reacts to external stimuli or allows themselves to be helplessly dragged along by the hypnotic, often fear-driven flow of the masses. Every single breath you mindfully hold in conscious presence, every fleeting thought you observe and allow to pass without clinging to it, without judgment, becomes a vital cell, a foundational building block of the new, awakening body of humanity. The mind, when meticulously trained to remain anchored in the present moment, quite literally activates quantum fields of expansion, opening up possibilities that transcend linear logic. And when the soul learns to abide, to effortlessly remain in that elevated state of conscious presence, something truly majestic and profoundly transformative begins to unfold. Timelines, those myriad potential futures and parallel realities, begin to open before you, not as fixed destinies, but like shimmering paths of light that you can consciously choose to travel at will, guided by your higher wisdom. You are no longer merely a passive victim of linear time and its perceived constraints. You become the sovereign architect of your own destiny, crafting your reality with intention. In that precise, empowered instant, the cabal, those orchestrators of external control, lose all power over you because their entire system of manipulation operates exclusively within the fragmented, scattered mind. Fear, guilt, and the pervasive sense of lack are not inherent truths. They are insidious programs, energetic constructs that require your precious attention, your belief, your energy to even exist. If you consciously choose to withdraw your energy, your focus, and your belief from these fear-based programs, they will, without sustenance, inevitably collapse and dissolve. And conscious attention, meticulously cultivated and refined through dedicated meditation, is the invisible, yet incredibly sharp, sword that precisely cuts through their deeply embedded roots, severing their hold. They simply cannot intervene in this sacred inner space. There is no external technology, no dark ritual, no manipulative spell that can possibly penetrate the coherent, high vibrational field of a human being who is fully and completely present. Their frequency is simply too high, their energetic geometry too pure, their inner sanctuary utterly impregnable. When you meditate with clear, focused intention, you're not merely seeking fleeting peace, you are actively engaging in profound energetic work. You are consciously breaking invisible energetic contracts that may have bound you for lifetimes, meticulously cleansing ancestral lines of inherited trauma and limiting patterns, and consciously taking command of your personal timeline, directing it toward your highest good. Each conscious meditation session is a silent, yet incredibly potent decree that actively rewrites the energetic code of your very existence. Through this process, the burdens of the past are lovingly released. The pathways to the future are brilliantly illuminated with clarity and potential, and the present moment itself transforms into a sacred temple where unadulterated truth eternally dwells. This, then, is precisely why meditation stands as the ultimate weapon they cannot control, because it is not a physical tool that can be confiscated, nor is it an ideology that can be infiltrated, distorted, or co-opted. It is, at its core, a state of being, a profound internal condition of consciousness. And that state actively activates the immense creative power that has long lain dormant within your spiritual DNA, waiting to be rediscovered. Every single time you consciously choose to return to the simple, grounding rhythm of your breath, your entire energetic body recalibrates, meticulously aligning itself with the original, pristine frequency of the source. As this occurs, your soul expands its awareness. Your magnetic field, your aura strengthens, becoming a powerful shield, and you begin to emit a radiant, undeniable light, a frequency of truth and love that the forces of control simply cannot bear to be near. This particular light does not attack, rather, it transmutes lower vibrations into higher ones, elevating all that it touches. This light does not strike or inflict harm. Instead, it purely reveals, illuminating hidden truths. And in the very moment that you courageously reveal, that you shine this light of awareness, the intricate lie, the illusion, simply disintegrates, losing its power and form. Meditation, then, is undeniably the most silent, yet profoundly impactful revolution in all of human history, a revolution that requires no physical flags to wave, no impassioned speeches to be delivered, but simply the unwavering presence of consciousness itself. When thousands of souls globally meditate in sync, creating a coherent, high-vibrational field, the planet's intricate energetic flows dramatically change. The vibrational control networks, those invisible grids of manipulation, begin to fracture and dissolve, and the very nodes of darkness, the concentrated pockets of fear and ignorance, begin to turn off, one by one, like candles flickering out just before the glorious break of dawn. Conventional science, in its attempts to quantify the unseen, will eventually call this phenomenon collective resonance, recognizing the coherent wave patterns of shared consciousness. But for us, for those of us on this journey of remembering, we simply call it ascension, the collective rising of humanity's consciousness. That is why I implore you, luminous soul, to understand that every single minute you consciously dedicate to meditation is not merely for your personal peace. It is a vital seed of liberation sown for the benefit of all humanity. Silence is your impenetrable shield. Consciousness is your incisive sword, and the unconditional love you radiate is the ultimate vibration that effortlessly dissolves every invisible prison, every limiting belief, every energetic tether. There, within the unshakable, immovable center of your very being, lies the profound key, the sacred, intrinsic truth that the controllers, with all their advanced technology and dark rituals, can never, ever decipher or steal. Let us also consider the role of religion as a filter of truth. Historically, organized religions have, perhaps unwittingly, but often quite intentionally, distorted the sublime words and profound teachings of the great masters, figures like Jesus and Buddha. This wasn't because the masters themselves failed in their mission to enlighten humanity, but rather because the entrenched system of control desperately needed to transform living, experiential truth, a truth that empowers individuals, into manipulable dogma. Dogma, by its very nature, demands external adherence, obedience, and often fear. Jesus did not come to earth to found a rigid church structure that would demand intermediaries between humanity and the divine. Buddha did not descend into the world of form to establish elaborate temples or hierarchical institutions. Both ascended beings entered the human experience with one singular, profoundly simple, yet utterly transformative teaching: the kingdom, the divine spark, the ultimate truth is within you. But that revolutionary message was far too potent, far too liberating for those who thrived and fed on the energy of fear and control. Because if the kingdom, the direct connection to the divine, is truly, irrevocably inside every single being, then no external power, no institution, no priest or prophet can possibly interpose themselves between the individual soul and its infinite creator. And that, for the controllers, meant the absolute. This, then, marked the true close of the game, not merely a cessation, but the deliberate dismantling of direct experience. Thus began the insidious, great distortion, a calculated turning away from the pure, unmediated communion with spirit, twisting it instead into an elaborate, hierarchical system fortified by rigid beliefs, a multitude of intermediaries, and an iron cage of rules. To solidify their dominion, this burgeoning system desperately needed to put the divine, the very essence of God, outside human reach, distant, remote, and utterly inaccessible. They strategically placed him in the ethereal, untouchable heavens, enshrined his wisdom in ancient texts that only a select, privileged few were deemed worthy to interpret, depicted his form in images demanding worship, and confined his presence to towering, imposing buildings where only a chosen cadre were permitted to speak in his sacred name. And so, subtly, insidiously, over countless generations, humanity slowly but surely forgot a fundamental truth that the Creator is not found on high, in some unreachable celestial abode, but profoundly, intimately, in the deepest chambers of one's own heart, within the very core of one's being. For centuries, a potent and ever-present fear proved to be the quintessential, perfect tool to maintain this grand deception. They whispered, then shouted, that you were inherently unworthy, tainted from birth, a creature born in sin, and that any hope of salvation, any glimmer of redemption, depended entirely upon your unwavering obedience to their dictates. They meticulously invented the chilling abyss of hell to justify their absolute control, and, conversely, fabricated a gleaming, albeit conditioned, heaven as the ultimate, tantalizing prize for compliance. Yet, the authentic kingdom of the Creator operates beyond such crude dualities. It neither metes out punishment nor bestows rewards. Instead, it simply vibrates in a profound, unwavering harmony with the consciousness that has awakened, that remembers its inherent, indivisible unity with all of existence. Imagine, for a moment, finding God, not in external monuments or whispered prayers from afar, but deeply, unequivocally, within the sanctuary of your own being. If you were to truly discover this divine spark resonating within you, you would instantaneously shed the need for any intermediaries, any priests or prophets standing between you and the source. You would no longer anxiously seek approval from charismatic figures or desperately pursue redemption within the cold, stone walls of ancient temples. Instead, you would navigate the intricate tapestry of life with an unshakable, silent certainty, a profound knowing of being inextricably one with the boundless source of all creation. And critically, a being who has accessed and embodies this knowledge, who truly knows themselves at this fundamental level, simply cannot be dominated, cannot be swayed by external pressures or false narratives. This precisely is why religions, in their institutionalized forms, evolved into the great filters of truth. They did offer genuine fragments of light, shimmering pieces of profound wisdom, but tragically, these precious insights were meticulously wrapped, almost suffocated, within suffocating structures of fear and control. The core message, often pristine and revolutionary, was undeniably pure, but the container the human-made dogma and hierarchy distorted, diluted, and often perverted it beyond recognition. For without slaves, without those bound by ignorance and fear, how could any empire truly endure? And without guilt, without the crushing weight of perceived unworthiness. How could manipulation possibly take root and flourish? The organized spiritual system, a finely tuned machine, was meticulously designed to keep you eternally seeking outside yourself, perpetually searching for what you already inherently possessed within. Thus, your invaluable energy, your fervent devotion, your boundless faith were skillfully siphoned and channeled not toward your own empowerment, but directly toward their intricate power structures, fueling their continued existence and dominance. But here is the profound secret, the unwavering hope, the divine spark, that intrinsic connection to the source was never truly extinguished. It simply, patiently, silently awaited the opportune moment to be remembered, to be rekindled. And now, that sacred moment has resoundingly arrived. The new spirituality, a blossoming paradigm, is not constructed upon the shifting sands of dogmas, nor does it demand blind adherence to prescribed beliefs. Instead, it is firmly rooted in the direct, unmediated experience of the soul communing intimately with the source. No intermediaries are required. No permissions need to be sought. No gatekeepers exist to bar your way. Every single heart that courageously opens itself to the profound depths of silence and the expansive embrace of unconditional love spontaneously transforms into a living, breathing temple. Every being who, with clear eyes and an open heart, recognizes and honors the divine presence pulsating within themselves, instantly becomes a high priest or priestess of their own radiant inner light. Consider the Christ that Jesus so powerfully embodied. It was not merely the limited form of man, it was a vast, universal consciousness frequency, a resonant vibration of pure, divine love and wisdom that permeated his entire being. Similarly, the Buddha who achieved ultimate enlightenment was not simply an individual, a solitary figure on a path. He was a luminous mirror, reflecting the profound inner awakening that silently resides within each and every one of us, awaiting its recognition. Both of these luminous figures came not to establish new religions, but to gently remind humanity of an ancient truth that salvation is not a gift to be passively received from an external authority. It is an inner state to be actively realized. They taught that the kingdom of heaven is not a distant realm to be conquered through ritualistic striving. It is a profound revelation, an unveiling of what is already eternally present within. And crucially, they showed that truth is not a doctrine to be taught, to be learned by rote memorization. It is an innate memory, a deep knowing to be remembered, reawakened from the depths of our own being. And so it is today, amidst the seemingly chaotic collapse of old, calcified structures, they societal, political, or spiritual, that this profound, ancient truth once again emerges, vibrant and undeniable. There is indeed no turning back, no possibility of retreating into the comfortable illusions of the past. External temples, those physical edifices built of brick and stone, will inevitably begin to crumble and fall, precisely because the magnificent inner temple within each human heart is igniting, blazing forth with an unstoppable, luminous fire. Religions, with their divisive dogmas and rigid boundaries, will gradually dissolve and transmute into the one, singular, eternal religion, that of conscious, unconditional love. And humanity, as a collective, will finally begin to grasp the profound, liberating understanding that the path back to the Creator The journey home to Source was never located outside in some distant pilgrimage or an external deity, but always exquisitely woven within the very fabric of each individual's consciousness. Now, let's delve deeper into the very architecture of your being, spiritual DNA and fourth-dimensional consciousness. Your DNA, those intricate strands within every cell, is far more than just a biological blueprint, a mere genetic code dictating physical attributes. It is, in its profound essence, a multidimensional archive, a living library that meticulously holds the complete, unbroken memory of your eternal soul, the rich tapestry of your countless incarnations across time and space, the vast narratives of your stellar lineages connecting you to cosmic origins, and the utterly undeniable, unbreakable thread of your connection to the source of all creation. The human body itself, that seemingly dense and physical form you inhabit, is merely the most concentrated, the densest manifestation of a magnificent light architecture, an energetic blueprint operating on far more subtle, ethereal planes of existence. Each of your billions of cells, a microscopic universe in itself, does not simply exist, it vibrates with a unique, resonant frequency akin to a perfectly tuned crystal containing within its core a holographic, fractal representation of the entire cosmic whole. While conventional science, with its current instruments, has only managed to perceive and identify the familiar two helices of your DNA, higher dimensions, operating on expanded frequencies of perception, reveal a breathtaking complexity of full 12 helices. These are not merely biological structures, they are the etheric, quantum, and divine helices, intricate energetic pathways that seamlessly connect you to invisible worlds, to realms of consciousness far beyond our immediate grasp. Every single time you consciously choose to engage in meditation, even for a few moments, you're not merely relaxing, you're actively igniting, activating, and bringing to life dormant parts of this spiritual DNA, awakening capacities that have slumbered for eons. Your conscious breathing, that rhythmic, life-giving process, transcends mere physiological exchange. It acts as a powerful, vibrational key, a precise energetic signature that unlocks these sealed archives of your multidimensional memory. Each deep, intentional inhalation is much more than just air entering your lungs. It is an access code, a deliberate invitation to a higher, more expansive level of consciousness. And conversely, every deliberate exhalation becomes an act of release, a shedding of the lingering residues of ancient, limiting programming, accumulated fears, and outdated beliefs. When you gently close your eyes and intentionally choose to enter the profound depths of silence, you are not engaging in mere imagination or fanciful daydreaming. On the contrary, you are actively stepping into and activating your internal laboratory, a sacred, alchemical space within you where biology and spirit, the material and the divine, beautifully fuse and intermingle. Within this sacred internal space, your DNA, that living repository, begins to respond with exquisite sensitivity to the elevated frequency of your conscious thoughts, the expansive resonance of your gratitude-filled emotions, and the unwavering intention you hold to remember your true, divine self. It is, in essence, a living, responsive mechanism of communication, a direct, unfiltered dialogue between your humanity, your earthly experience, and your profound, inherent divinity. Now, let's explore another crucial concept, the fourth dimension. This is not a physical place you can point to on a map, nor a location you can reach by walking or traveling through space. Rather, it is fundamentally a frequency of perception, a distinct energetic wavelength through which reality can be experienced. It serves as the subtle, yet immensely significant threshold between our familiar physical world and the vast, more expansive higher planes of existence. Picture it as the essential bridge, an energetic conduit, seamlessly uniting dense matter with conscious energy. You do not access it by taking steps or embarking on a journey. You access it by vibrating, by elevating and refining your own internal energetic frequency. When your consciousness expands sufficiently, when your perception broadens beyond its habitual confines, you begin to perceive reality not as a rigid, linear sequence of cause and effect, but as an intricate, shimmering fabric woven from an infinite array of coexisting possibilities. Your very perception undergoes a radical transformation, shifting from a narrow tunnel vision to a panoramic, multidimensional awareness. In this expanded state, the tyranny of linear time begins to recede, losing its oppressive grip. Fear, that ancient, pervasive manipulator, loses its logical foundation, its power dissipating into the ether. And the limited, conditioned self, with all its anxieties and attachments, gently begins to dissolve, melting into the boundless, magnificent vastness of your true being. The fourth dimension, in its most profound sense, is a state of mind, an illuminated consciousness profoundly activated and guided by the coherent intelligence of the heart. And crucially, when you begin to resonate harmoniously with this higher frequency, the old 3D control system, that matrix of manipulation and limitation, simply collapses for you. Not because the physical world vanishes, not because your surroundings literally disappear, but because it no longer possesses any power, any energetic hold over your awakened energetic field. The incessant dramas, the fear-mongering news cycles, the divisive ideologies, and the insidious currents of fear that constantly attempt to pull humanity down, they simply cease to drag you into their vortex. You become an impassive witness, an objective observer, rather than a helpless victim swept away by their currents. You embody the role of creator, consciously shaping your reality, rather than remaining a passive spectator in a drama not of your making. Your elevated vibration, now operating on higher frequency, becomes essentially invisible to the manipulation networks that operate solely in the dense, low frequencies of fear and control. The cabal, those orchestrators of illusion, simply cannot penetrate that space, cannot reach you there, because in that ascended frequency, you no longer exist as a slave, a pawn in their game, but as a sovereign creator, a being of infinite light. You transform into an unbreakable point of light, utterly beyond their interference reach, vibrating in a realm where their tactics are impotent. They operate in the cacophony of noise. You reside in the profound stillness of silence. They desperately feed on fear. You effortlessly radiate unconditional love. They attempt to manipulate time, to control its linear flow. You, in your awakened state, flow gracefully within the boundless expanse of eternity. The awakening of your spiritual DNA is, without exaggeration, the true, ultimate end of their dominion, their long reign of control. When you truly remember who you are, When that profound self-knowledge is reawakened, all external control simply dissolves, evaporates into nothingness. You're no longer reducible to a number, a social identity, or a label imposed by the system. You are infinite consciousness, vast and boundless, merely experiencing a temporary, beautiful form. In this awakened state, the physical body ceases to be a prison, a source of limitation, and is wondrously transformed into a sacred, revered vehicle for your divine expression. Your every breath, consciously taken, becomes a profound prayer, a direct communion with the divine. Your gaze, now imbued with clarity and love, transforms into a living temple, a sacred space wherever it rests. Your spoken word, empowered by your awakened consciousness, becomes an act of creation, shaping reality with intentionality. And everything you once, in your limited understanding, believed to be utterly impossible, begins to manifest naturally, effortlessly, like the unfolding of a perfectly timed cosmic bloom. This is because you're not striving to ascend to some external, distant place. Rather, you are awakening, expanding, and remembering the truth of who you are within yourself. Ascension, therefore, is not a journey to an external destination, but a profound internal expansion of perception, a sacred passage from the shadows of ignorance to the brilliant clarity of lucidity, from the constricting grip of fear to the liberating power of present moment awareness, from the illusion of separation to the profound, all-encompassing reality of unity. In this magnificent transformation, this journey home to your true self, all begins within the intricate wisdom of your DNA, where the radiant light of the Creator has patiently, eternally awaited the moment to be remembered, to be fully reawakened. This, then, is the essence of the inner practice that effortlessly topples false laws and dissolves limiting beliefs. You do not need grand rituals, elaborate ceremonies, or complex dogmas. You do not. You don't need grand temples, the fragrant haze of incense, or meticulous adherence to complicated, ancient ceremonies to embark upon the sacred journey of self-realization. What is truly required, what becomes the very cornerstone of profound transformation, is simply a quiet, unwavering persistence that resonates from deep within your being. Indeed, it is this inner practice, this devoted cultivation of your internal landscape, that serves as the one true altar and sacred space where the shimmering, transient idols of the ego are finally toppled, and the intricate, deceptive mechanisms of illusion are dismantled, one by one. Think of it as silent revolution unfolding within your consciousness, far more potent than any external ritual. The cabal, that shadowy influence which seeks to control, often thrives by ensnaring humanity in a web of endless distraction, pulling our attention outwards, away from our inherent power. Yet, the soul that courageously insists on consistent inner practice, the one that steadfastly turns its gaze inward, ultimately reclaims its sovereign throne of light, remembering its inherent dominion and radiance. Is it not a powerful act, in a world clamoring for external validation, to choose internal sovereignty? Every single time you consciously choose a thought aligned with truth, with love, with wisdom, a thought that uplifts and empowers, you're actively deactivating the layers of the false matrix, that pervasive illusion designed to keep us small and separated. This is not merely wishful thinking, it is a precise, energetic act. The universe, in its infinite wisdom and responsiveness, does not react to the superficial appearances of your external world, to the roles you play or the possessions you accumulate. Instead, it responds directly, unequivocally, to the underlying frequency of your consciousness, that subtle yet powerful vibration emanating from your core. Consider the incredible leverage of love. A single, authentic thought of love, resonating from your heart, possesses the profound capacity to neutralize not just one, but literally 1,000 thoughts steeped in fear. It's an alchemical process where the high frequency of love dissolves the dense, constricting patterns of fear. Furthermore, every elevated emotion you genuinely experience, be it joy, gratitude, compassion, or peace, actively readjusts the intricate geometry of your electromagnetic field. This isn't abstract, it's a recalibration that gently yet powerfully guides you back to your original coherence, to the harmonious, pristine state of your divine blueprint. When you consciously utter the profound declaration, "I am light," you're not merely speaking words, you are engaging in a sophisticated act of spiritual engineering. You are actively reprogramming your entire vibrational field, tuning the very atoms that compose your being to resonate in perfect synchronicity with the Creator's eternal pulse, the very heartbeat of existence itself. This isn't mere poetic fancy or a beautiful metaphor. This is spiritual technology in action, a precise science of the soul. The journey of true healing, often misunderstood, truly commences when you courageously accept that illness, whatever its manifestation, holds no inherent power over your higher consciousness. Illness is never a punishment, a divine retribution for past transgressions. Rather, it is an urgent, profound message, a whispered communication from your soul. It is the soul's unique language, eloquently indicating that a part of your being, perhaps a forgotten aspect, has momentarily strayed or forgotten its original, harmonious frequency. When you choose to truly listen to this message, not with fear or judgment, but with an open heart, when you embrace it as an integral part of your journey, rather than resisting it, and when you diligently transform its discomfort into deep understanding and insight, the body, in its inherent intelligence, responds. It begins its miraculous process of returning to balance. The body, in its profound wisdom, doesn't primarily heal through external intervention alone, though these can certainly support. Its deepest and most potent healing comes from an internal remembrance of its divine design, a perfect blueprint of health and vitality etched into every cell. And this powerful remembrance, this awakening to intrinsic wholeness, is activated from the clear wellspring of consciousness, never from the muddy waters of fear or desperation. This, my friend, is not some abstract ideology or a philosophical musing. It is foundational spiritual physics, as real and predictable as gravity. Thought, in its purest form, generates energetic forms. Much like an architect's blueprint takes shape in the mind before manifesting in steel and stone. Emotions, in turn, are the powerful electromagnetic currents that surge through these energetic forms, giving them vitality, substance, and momentum, breathing life into them. When an awakened consciousness, attuned to its inherent power, deliberately chooses to hold thoughts imbued with the frequencies of love and gratitude, it quite literally reconfigures matter at a subatomic level. Science, with its ever-expanding understanding, might label this phenomenon epigenetics, the study of how environment and behavior affect gene expression without changing the DNA sequence itself. Metaphysics, with its ancient wisdom, calls it conscious creation, the deliberate shaping of reality. Yet, regardless of the nomenclature, the profound, transformative result remains unequivocally the same. Why? Because mind undeniably dominates energy, and energy, in its flowing wisdom, subsequently orders and arranges matter according to its dictates. This profound understanding explains why the great masters throughout history did not bequeath to humanity rigid religions with their dogmas and rituals. Instead, they offered universal principles, timeless, adaptable truths that transcend cultural boundaries. They taught you not blind faith, but inner alchemy, the magnificent, inherent power to consciously choose your vibrational frequency, your emotional state, and your mental focus, even amidst the swirling currents of external chaos and uncertainty. Every single instant you make the conscious choice to embody qualities like calm, unwavering faith, boundless compassion, or heartfelt gratitude, the control matrix that external system designed to limit and suppress palpably weakens, its hold diminishing. It's crucial to understand it is not through forceful resistance that one truly topples a system designed to entrap. No, it is through the quiet, consistent cultivation of coherence. Why coherence? Because coherence, the harmonious alignment of your inner being, is the very highest, most potent form of spiritual power available to you. Activating this inherent inner source, you boldly declare, I am. And in that profound declaration, you set spiritual technology into motion. I am is, in essence, the long-forgotten, sacred name of the Creator, not a name found in an external pantheon, but a vibration encoded within your very being. It belongs to no specific religion, is not confined to the pages of any sacred book, for it is indelibly engraved within the soul of every single life form, from the smallest microbe to the most majestic star. It is the original vibration, the primordial utterance, with which the entire universe was pronounced into magnificent existence. When you speak, I am not merely as a mental exercise, but from the depths of your heart, from your authentic core, the entire universe in its boundless, resonant intelligence responds, aligning with your declaration. I am is far more than a simple phrase. It is a potent creation frequency, a direct conduit to the generative power of the cosmos. Every time you pronounce it consciously, with full awareness and intent, you awaken and activate the divine spark, that radiant fragment of the infinite, which lies dormant within the very core of your being. Imagine it as an internal ignition. I am health. I am provision. I am awakened consciousness. You do not utter these sacred words to convince some external deity, nor to desperately attract something you lack, nor to humbly ask for a favor. No. You say them to remember the undeniable truth that you were never, not for a single moment, truly separated from the source of all creation. To remember that the Creator, the life-giving force, is not some distant entity residing outside you, but is intimately, dynamically breathing within you, animating every cell and every beat of your heart. The I am is the ultimate key, the sacred cipher that unlocks the hallowed, hidden chambers of your own quantum DNA, a blueprint holding infinite potential and wisdom. Every authentic affirmation you make is not just a positive thought, It is an act of quantum sovereignty, a declaration of your inherent right to co-create your reality. When you consciously pronounce "I am," your entire internal universe, your intricate energetic landscape, instantly aligns with the boundless, eternal vibration of timelessness. Your energetic field expands magnificently. Memories of lack and limitation gently dissolve like morning mist, and your lived reality begins to obey a new, more profound the law of divine coherence, aligning with your highest potential. Why? Because the I am does not merely describe what you presently are, it actively, potently creates what you are destined to become, shaping your future with every conscious utterance. When the Master Jesus declared, "I am the way, the truth, and the life," he was not speaking of himself as an individual personality, a mere man. Rather, he was illuminating this universal principle, this profound I am that we all intrinsically share, a blueprint for divine existence available to every soul. Similarly, when Buddha pronounced his deep, silent wisdom under the Bodhi tree, in that profound stillness, he was also powerfully declaring, "I am without words," embodying the absolute presence and unity that transcends all concepts, both understood in their unique expressions, that the I am represents that singular, sacred point where the human soul, in its individual journey, and the boundless, universal divinity fuse into one coherent, magnificent vibration. This, then, is the supreme practice, the ultimate work awakening the dormant I am within every human heart, allowing its light to blaze forth. It is not magic in the sense of illusion or trickery. It is pure, unadulterated consciousness in action, a tangible force for transformation. The universe, in its elegant design, does not primarily listen to the surface words you speak, to the pleas or demands. Instead, it listens to the deep, resonant frequency of your being, the vibration that underlies your words. And the I am frequency is, without question, the highest of all frequencies because it does not affirm something external or separate from you. It affirms the very essence of being itself, your intrinsic divinity. When you truly remember and embody this, a profound shift occurs. You will cease asking and instead begin consciously creating. You will stop fearing the unknown and instead start powerfully manifesting your desired reality. You will cease endlessly following external masters and gurus, and instead, you will begin listening with profound trust to the master within yourself. Why such a profound shift? Because in every sacred breath you take, in every microscopic cell that composes your magnificent form, and in every shimmering particle of light that makes up your essence, the Creator continues to pronounce itself, expressing its infinite being through you. The I am is the powerful awakening of your own inner voice, your most trusted spirit guide. How often do we anxiously await messages from some distant heaven, longing for dramatic signs etched in the firmament, or words magically written in clouds, or ethereal voices descending from an unseen ether? Then, I urge you, look deeply into the mirror, not just at your reflection, but beyond it, for the pure, unadulterated channel, the direct conduit to divine wisdom, is already exquisitely within you. From the very beginning of time, the Spirit, the divine essence, has inhabited your every breath, pulsing steadily in your chest, gazing out at the world through your eyes with an innate sense of wonder. The message, the guidance you seek, does not arrive from some external source. It emerges pure and undeniable from within your own sacred interior. Your intuition, that quiet knowing, is nothing less than the Spirit's whisper, a gentle yet profound communication. It is the Creator's own voice, speaking to you directly in the soul's native language. This language does not express itself in the linear, often limited human phrases we use daily. Instead, it communicates through subtle vibrations, sudden impulses, unshakable certainties, and profound feelings that might, at first glance, seem illogical or contrary to your learned beliefs. Yet, these contain the universe's boundless wisdom, condensed and delivered to you in a single, timeless instant. You do not, therefore, require external channelers, charismatic gurus, or any form of savior to bridge the gap between you and the divine. True masters, those who have walked the path before you, do not seek followers or adulation. Their sole purpose, their sacred task, is merely to point the way, to gently guide you back to where your true temple has always been within your own sacred interior. The incessant noise of the external world, its endless chatter and demands, was in many ways meticulously designed to prevent you from hearing this inner guidance, to keep your attention fragmented. That is precisely why the greatest act of power, the most revolutionary gesture you can make in this chaotic world, is to consciously halt that noise, to gently close your eyes, and with an act of total, profound surrender, simply say, Source, speak, your child listens. In that hallowed moment of absolute stillness and receptive silence, the entire universe, in its magnificent grandeur, bows before your newfound tranquility. Higher planes of consciousness open effortlessly before you, revealing insights and understandings previously veiled. The very energy that sustains entire galaxies, that ignites stars and weaves nebulas, begins to flow unimpeded through your being. And you, in your profound, serene stillness, become an extraordinary bridge, a living conduit connecting the realms of heaven and earth. The inner voice, this sacred guidance, is not a fleeting fantasy, nor is it an emotional whim or a subjective desire. It is unequivocally the tangible presence of the Holy Spirit, the essence of your higher self, that divine aspect of your being that has never, for a single moment, been separated from the source. When you earnestly learn to trust that voice, to lean into its quiet wisdom, life itself ceases to be a series of random occurrences or difficult challenges. Instead, it transforms into a breathtaking dance of perfect synchronicities, an exquisitely choreographed flow where everything unfolds in divine order. Your soul, in its innate wisdom, takes the rightful helm of your live ship, guiding you with unerring precision. Your restless mind, liberated from its need to control, finally ceases its incessant fighting and striving. And the universe, in its infinite intelligence, obeying the sublime geometry of love, lovingly reorders every circumstance, every seemingly random event, to perfectly reflect your new, elevated vibration and consciousness. The Spirit's guidance, remember, does not impose its will upon you, it gently whispers. It does not demand, it gracefully invites. It never threatens, instead, it eternally inspires. It manifests most profoundly in the deep, unshakable calm you feel even when everything around you seems utterly uncertain. in the quiet, undeniable knowing that peace resides within. Imagine a sudden surge of unyielding strength that wells up within you, just as you believe you're on the brink of surrender, accompanied by an inexplicable, profound certainty that, against all logical odds, everything is truly well, even when the world around you seems to be violently fracturing and collapsing into disarray. This, undeniably, is the resonant voice of the Spirit speaking directly to your core. And what happens when you consciously choose to tune into this intrinsic frequency, listening not merely with your ears, but with the deepest chambers of your soul? The entire cosmos, in a breathtaking display of energetic alignment, seems to subtly reorder and reconfigure itself simply to respond to your inner resonance. Why? Because heaven, that elusive realm of ultimate bliss, isn't a distant, ethereal kingdom situated somewhere above us, beyond the clouds. Instead, heaven manifests and unfolds within you each and every moment you consciously choose to embody light. When you extend the grace of forgiveness, when you express heartfelt gratitude, or when you place unwavering trust in the unfolding journey. This, and this alone, is the authentic channel through which divine energy flows, the true connection to boundless wisdom, and indeed, the very sacred mission of an awakened soul. It's a journey of profound rediscovery, learning to truly hear that eternal, quiet voice which has always been speaking to you, patiently whispering truths, even in those long periods when you were utterly unaware of its presence. We are now witnessing the dramatic fall of a false reality, an elaborate illusion meticulously constructed over eons. The orchestrating cabal, a shadowy collective, is visibly losing its grip on the game. Have you observed the conspicuous collapse of their intricate systems? It's no longer hidden. You can plainly see it in the frantic staggering of major banks, the bewildering spectacle of governments openly contradicting their own narratives, the rapid crumbling of once dominant storylines, and the increasingly desperate attempts of technology struggling to sustain the fragile illusion of control they once wielded so effortlessly. The very fabric of our perceived 3D world is trembling, quivering at its foundations, precisely because its intricate master code has been fundamentally altered. Earth's vibrational frequency has undeniably ascended, like a cosmic tuning fork resonating at a higher pitch, and anything that continues to vibrate solely within the frequency of deceit and falsehood can no longer sustain its form or power within this new, accelerated energetic field. For countless millennia, this shadowy cabal ruled through the potent weapon of fear, meticulously controlling collective human perception through a cunning tapestry of fabricated stories, oppressive systems, and rigid dogmas, all ingeniously designed to keep humanity in a profound, deep slumber. However, their entire elaborate game was predicated upon one singular, critical condition. They absolutely needed you to believe in it, in their narratives, in their power. They craved your precious attention, your vital energetic contribution, your gullibility, your credulity. The very instant you collectively begin to withdraw your belief from their empty threats, the entire fragile edifice of their structure starts to disintegrate at an astonishing pace. Make no mistake, they will undoubtedly attempt to impose fear once more, to resurrect its chilling specter. They will strive relentlessly to fabricate new crises, to invent new, diverting enemies, to conjure up fresh distractions to ensnare your focus. They will whisper or perhaps shout that the world, as you know it, is unequivocally ending. And in a profound sense, the world you thought you knew is indeed ending, but not because some cataclysmic destruction looms on the horizon. Quite the contrary, it is ending because truth, in its radiant, undeniable essence, is being gloriously born. The old, worn-out paradigm is dissolving, simply melting away before the burgeoning consciousness of those who unequivocally refuse to be programmed any longer. The human soul has irrevocably awakened, and when the soul confidently takes command and navigates, no external manipulation, no matter how sophisticated or insidious, can ever truly prevail. In this new dawn, fear itself loses its magnetic pull. Lies are stripped bare of their deceptive charm, and the encroaching darkness finds itself utterly deprived of its once formidable power. It is no longer the rigid, external systems that dictate your fate or decide your destiny. Rather, it is your very vibration, the energetic signature you emit, that now charts your course. Your personal energetic field begins, quite literally, to construct a parallel reality, a vibrant new dimension where profound peace, abundant prosperity, and resonant coherence effortlessly replace the old, pervasive confusion and debilitating chaos. The cabal has irrevocably lost its dominion over the slumbering masses who are now rapidly awakening. Why? Because a truly conscious being can no longer be enslaved, cannot be coerced into seeking external saviors, no longer harbors fear of punishment, and resolutely refuses to obey orders that fundamentally contradict the sacred wisdom of their own heart. A truly conscious being requires no external permission to be free, and it is precisely this innate sovereignty that utterly disarms those who seek to control. Take a moment to truly look around. Can you not perceive the subtle shifts? The ancient veils are lifting, revealing long-hidden truths. Masks, once firmly affixed, are falling away to expose authentic faces. Invisible contracts, those insidious agreements that kept humanity shackled for so long, are now being decisively annulled, one by one. The old world, observed closely, is not being brutally destroyed. Instead, it is undergoing a profound, magnificent transformation. Systems will ultimately fall, not through the brute force of an external, violent revolution, but by the far more potent, gentle power of an inner illumination that begins individually and then inexorably becomes a collective, radiant awakening. The cabal's insidious game only ever functioned efficiently with sleeping compliant slaves. But the tide has turned. You're already seeing with new eyes, already feeling with heightened senses, already remembering profound, forgotten truths. And when that deep remembrance truly takes hold, the illusion of the prison simply vanishes, leaving only the boundless expanse of freedom. The matrix, that intricate web of control, is not crumbling due to direct confrontation, but rather from a profound lack of energetic sustenance. Humanity's awakening isn't merely a political event, a shift in power dynamics. It is a monumental quantum event, a pivotal leap in consciousness. The entire universe is watching this moment with bated breath, with keen, loving attention. Thousands of luminous civilizations, ancient stellar guardians, and wise cosmic guides are contemplating, with immense love and respect, as the human species recovers its original, magnificent power. And although chaos may seem to reign supreme in these turbulent times, what is truly unfolding beneath the surface is a profound, collective purification, a graceful transit from the dense, heavy frequencies of old paradigms to the clear, pristine vibration of truth. The cabal is not losing because it has been militarily defeated, but because its low, manipulative vibration can simply no longer sustain itself within the new, higher frequency light field that is rapidly emerging and engulfing our planet. You, ancient soul, are an indispensable, active participant in this silent, yet monumental victory. Every single time you choose the clarity of truth over the paralyzing grip of fear, every instance you opt for the expansive embrace of love over the corrosive weight of guilt, every moment you select coherence over reactive impulsivity, you are, with each conscious breath, contributing directly to the irreversible collapse of their outdated structure. Your very consciousness is their end, your deep remembrance is their dissolution, your radiant light is their ultimate defeat. The world you once knew has, in essence, already ended for those who have awakened. And what now commences is the glorious rebirth of a sovereign, luminous, and profoundly conscious humanity, guided not by external prophets or dogmas, but by its own inviolable interconnection to the universal source. Darkness does not vanish through strenuous struggle, but rather through the potent, unwavering power of conscious presence. In your conscious, loving, and radiant presence, right here, right now, is the clearest, most unmistakable sign that heaven has already descended to earth, manifesting within and through you. Behold the rise of the new human, true citizens of the galaxy. Humanity is not merely evolving, it is returning to its stellar heritage, reclaiming a birthright long forgotten. What the ancients instinctively knew, that human souls are not merely terrestrial beings, but cosmic travelers, inherent bearers of divine fire eyes, now igniting once more, bursting forth in the collective consciousness of our species. For vast eras, Earth functioned as a kind of closed school, a singular planet held in a specific vibrational quarantine, where souls meticulously learned profound lessons through the stark contrasts of duality. But that lengthy cycle has finally concluded, elegantly reaching its completion. Now, galactic memories begin to stir and awaken within us, and with them, an unshakable certainty solidifies we are neither alone, nor have we ever truly been. You were not born into this vast, intricate universe simply to pay taxes, adhere to societal norms, and then gracefully age into oblivion. No, that was a cunningly crafted programming, meticulously designed to numb the brilliant creative spark nestled deep within your being. You were born, rather, to create entire worlds, to effortlessly transmute challenging realities, to experientially know yourself as a living, breathing fractal of the Creator itself. Your magnificent soul specifically chose to embody light in matter, to eloquently demonstrate that the divine, in its purest form, can indeed walk majestically upon the earth. You are not a mere biological coincidence. You are a deliberate, exquisite expression of universal consciousness. When you gaze up at the boundless night sky, you are not merely looking outward or upward. You are, in a profound sense, looking inward, peering into the infinite expanse of your own being. The glittering stars are not distant, Indifferent cosmic objects, they are exquisite mirrors reflecting your own cosmic lineage, shimmering echoes of where you truly come from. Your very DNA holds the ancient, vibrant memory of the Pleiades, the luminous wisdom of Sirius, the expansive grace of Andromeda, the warrior spirit of Orion, and the silent, loving collaboration of countless other civilizations, all actively participating in this grand awakening process. Humanity is not being visited by external, alien forces, rather, it is being remembered by its own cosmic family. These magnificent light fleets do not arrive to save you from yourselves, nor to impose new laws or rigid religions. Instead, they come simply to accompany you, to hold space for you, while you deeply remember how to save yourselves. They observe with boundless love and profound respect the awe-inspiring process of an entire race taking its momentous quantum leap towards spiritual maturity. The new human does not passively wait, they act with purpose. They do not fear, they trust implicitly. They do not pray asking for external intervention. They meditate remembering their inherent divinity. They have unequivocally understood that divinity does not descend from some distant heaven, it emerges powerfully from within. The new human no longer dwells in the constricted confines of fear. They reside effortlessly in the expansive freedom of presence. Every single breath they take is a sacred communion with the Source. Every gaze they offer is an heartfelt offering to the Creator that lovingly inhabits everything. They breathe truth effortlessly. They walk the earth with heads held high, not from egoic pride, but from a profound recognition of their divine origin. They no longer crawl in the heavy chains of guilt, nor do they lose themselves in the suffocating embrace of shame. They know their soul is an infinite, eternal, and unbound expression of divine consciousness. Imagine a dawn where the chains of ancestral burdens simply dissolve, leaving humanity utterly free, boundless in spirit, and unfettered by artificial constraints. Picture yourselves as beings inherently eternal, not merely existing within a fleeting lifespan, but resonating with the timeless pulse of the cosmos, remembering your infinite journey. And know this, you are profoundly sovereign, masters of your own destiny, wielding an inner authority that acknowledges no external dominion. It is from the fertile ground of this profound, self-realized freedom a liberty not granted, but remember that the architects of the new age embark upon the magnificent task of weaving a new civilization. Here, the old, relentless grind of competition, which once pitted neighbor against neighbor in a frantic race for scarce resources, gently gives way to the vibrant tapestry of cooperation, where collective genius and shared purpose become the driving force. Can you envision a world where every challenge is met with collaborative ingenuity, where shared success is the only true victory? Moreover, the harsh grip of domination, whether exercised through brute force or subtle manipulation, is exquisitely softened and ultimately dissolved by the radiant force of empathy, an innate understanding that sees the shared spark of divinity in every soul. Instead of striving to conquer or control, humanity learns to walk alongside, to feel with, to uplift. And perhaps most astonishingly, the very tools we once feared, the innovations of science and engineering, are no longer instruments of cold, calculating control tools of surveillance, manipulation, or destruction. No, in this vibrant future, technology blossoms into a profound extension of love, a powerful amplifier for healing, connection, and creative expression. Think of it devices that intuitively respond to our highest intentions, systems that distribute abundance effortlessly, innovations that foster deep understanding and genuine human flourishing, all imbued with the benevolent energy of compassion. What magnificent wonders might unfold when our ingenuity serves our hearts rather than merely our ambitions. The essence of the new human lies in profound remembrance. They intuitively recall that this physical form, often perceived as mere flesh and bone, is in fact a magnificent temple of light, a sacred vessel exquisitely crafted to house the divine spark within. Every cell pulses with an inner luminescence, a vibrant energy waiting to be consciously recognized and honored. Concurrently, they grasp that the magnificent apparatus of the mind is not merely a data processor, but a potent instrument of creation, capable of sculpting reality through focused intention and imagination. Thoughts are no longer idle musings, but powerful blueprints, shaping the world around them with precision and purpose. Furthermore, they understand, with crystalline clarity, that emotions are not fleeting reactions, but dynamic energy in motion, potent emotions, designed to guide and inform rather than overwhelm. They learn to master these currents, transmuting lower frequencies like fear and anger into higher octaves of joy and peace, recognizing their intrinsic power. And what of the heart? Far from being a mere biological pump, they perceive it as an astonishing interdimensional portal, a vibrant vortex perpetually humming, connecting them not only to their innermost self, but to the boundless tapestry of all existence across all dimensions. It is through this sacred gateway that they feel the profound interconnectedness of everything. Critically, these awakened beings do not deny matter. On the contrary, they consciously sanctify it, infusing every physical aspect of life, from the simplest meal to the grandest structure, with reverence and gratitude, recognizing the divine intelligence inherent in its composition. They do not seek to escape the world or transcend it through detachment, for they understand their role is not to abandon this earthly plane, but rather to transform it with their vibration. By raising their personal frequency, by embodying love and peace, they literally recalibrate the energetic field of their surroundings, inspiring and uplifting all who come into contact with their luminous presence. Can you feel the resonance of that elevated vibration? For these emergent beings, the very nature of belief undergoes a profound metamorphosis. Their faith is no longer a fragile hope, a whispered wish against the odds, but an unshakable, deeply embodied certainty, an inner knowing as solid and undeniable as the ground beneath their feet. There's no questioning, no wavering, just an absolute conviction rooted in direct spiritual experience. Likewise, their spirituality sheds the rigid confines of doctrine and dogma, those ancient texts and prescribed rituals. Instead, it flourishes as a vibrant, living experience, a constant, dynamic dance with the divine in every breath, every interaction, every moment of conscious awareness. It is a path walked daily, felt profoundly, rather than merely believed intellectually. This profound shift heralds nothing less than the birth of the galactic citizen, a magnificent archetype whose perspective transcends earthly limitations. This is a being who intuitively honors Earth as their cherished mother, recognizing her sacred role as provider and nurturer, feeling her pulse in every step. Simultaneously, they embrace the vast, shimmering cosmos as their true home, understanding their intrinsic connection to the nebulae, the distant suns, and the intricate web of universal intelligence. How liberating it must feel to perceive the entire universe as one's birthplace. Such individuals are not confined or defined by arbitrary borders, nationalistic languages, or symbolic flags that divide humanity. No, their true identity is far more profound. They are defined by their frequency, the unique energetic signature they emit, which resonates with kindred spirits across the globe and beyond. While they proudly belong to the human race, celebrating its diverse expressions, their expansive consciousness belongs to the stars, reaching out into the cosmic tapestry, an integral part of the grand galactic family. It is from this remarkable union, the profound integration of earthbound humanity with starborn consciousness, that a truly transformative era dawns. Suddenly, humanity is poised to participate actively in the galactic community, no longer timidly observing from the sidelines or humbly serving a perceived higher power. Instead, we emerge as powerful, respected co-creators of the universe, invited to weave our unique threads into the cosmic tapestry, contributing our wisdom and ingenuity to the grand design. Imagine the collaborative ventures, the shared scientific discoveries, the artistic expressions that will flow from such an alignment. The concept of the new Earth isn't some distant, unattainable fantasy or a pristine, perfect utopia magically delivered. No, it's far more immediate and tangible. It is in essence a potent frequency, a higher vibrational reality already anchoring itself in awakened hearts across the planet. It's not a place you go to, but a state of being you embody. Every single act of compassion, no matter how small, every elevated thought that rises above fear and judgment, every precious instant of conscious silence, a sacred pause to reconnect with inner peace, each of these becomes a fundamental brick in the deliberate, loving construction of that radiant new reality. Can you feel the weight and power of your own contributions? Each conscious choice, each heart-centered intention, literally builds the foundation for this brighter future. And so, inevitably, we witness the dramatic dissolution of the old world, a crumbling edifice of outdated systems and belief structures. Why does it collapse? Simply because it cannot sustain the potent, undeniable vibration of love now emanating from millions of ignited souls across the globe. Just as a fragile dam cannot hold back a surging ocean, the lower frequencies of fear, control, and division are simply overwhelmed by this rising tide of pure, unconditional love. This is not a destructive force, but a transformative one, melting away all that is not aligned with truth. This powerful truth, a final message from Ashtar Sheran to all children of light, confirms what many have instinctively felt: the long-standing shadow government, often referred to as the Cabal, has played its very last card and has unequivocally failed. What brought about its downfall? It failed because the human soul, en masse, has remembered its glorious eternity, its boundless nature, shattering the illusion of scarcity and mortality that once held it captive. It failed because love, a force more powerful than any weapon, has begun to replace fear as the dominant, guiding force in collective consciousness. Where once fear was subtly or overtly manipulated to control the masses. Now an unyielding surge of compassion and unity rises, rendering old tactics utterly impotent. And crucially, it failed because countless souls, who were once unwitting slaves to systems of oppression and manipulation, today remember with undeniable clarity that they are, in fact, powerful creators, capable of shaping their own reality and destiny. They have broken free from the mental shackles, recognizing their inherent sovereignty. Understand this pivotal moment. What is unfolding before us is not the terrifying end of the world as prophets of doom might have predicted, but rather the glorious end of deception, the final unraveling of millennia of carefully constructed illusions. The very veil separating the visible from the invisible is now lifting, thinning and dissipating like morning mist, revealing the profound truths that have long been obscured from human perception. And what lies behind that veil? Not the anticipated wrath or judgment, no punishment for perceived transgressions, but an exhilarating, profound revelation, a grand unveiling of cosmic truths and our true multidimensional nature. Can you feel the anticipation, the sheer wonder of what is about to be shown? Indeed, everything that has been hidden, every suppressed truth, every shadowed secret will be brought into the light. But this showing is not designed to condemn, to shame, or to punish its soul. Divine purpose is to liberate, to free humanity from the chains of ignorance and misinformation. In this luminous clarity, every single soul will finally behold the magnificent reflection of its own inherent power, a dazzling inner light it perhaps never fully acknowledged. They will unequivocally understand that they were never merely passive victims in a cruel, arbitrary universe, but active, willing participants in this grand, intricate game of awakening, playing crucial roles in the unfolding drama of consciousness. Therefore, we implore you meditate, for it is in the profound depths of stillness, that quiet sanctuary within your being, that you will not only silence the clamor of the external world, but also begin to recognize the unmistakable heartbeat of the source itself resonating within your own chest. Feel that sacred rhythm, the very pulse of creation beating in harmony with your existence. And love, let it be your guiding principle, your unwavering compass. Why? Because love is the universal, resonant language with which all advanced light civilizations communicate, a vibrational symphony of pure understanding, empathy, and unity that transcends words and dimensions. It is the language of creation itself. Furthermore, we urge you activate your I am presence. This is not an egoic declaration, but a profound energetic awakening, an assertion of your true divine identity. For I am is the precise frequency that effortlessly dissolves the illusion of fear, dismantling its grip on your reality. It is the very essence that reorders matter in truth's luminous image, manifesting a reality aligned with your highest self. And as you consciously engage with this potent I am frequency, simply watch with how every shadow, every doubt, every lingering fragment of illusion completely dissolves before the living, undeniable presence of the magnificent creator that you are. Witness your inherent power in action. Indeed, know this profound truth: the entire universe, a vast expanse teeming with conscious life, now observes with deep reverence and profound anticipation the radiant dawn of a new humanity. Imagine countless benevolent eyes from distant galaxies and star systems, turning their gaze upon your planet, witnessing this unprecedented transformation. And from our vantage point, we, the members of the Galactic Light Command, humbly bow before your extraordinary courage. We salute your unwavering spirit in the face of unimaginable trials. For you, brave souls, have walked fearlessly through the densest shadows, navigating the deepest valleys of despair, and crossed the heavy, disorienting fog of forgetfulness, reclaiming your innate wisdom and truth. And now behold, your magnificent wings of fire emerge, unfurling with incandescent power, ready to carry you into new realms of possibility. You are not merely inhabitants of a planet, you are the living, breathing bridge between Earth and stars, forging a cosmic connection, anchoring higher frequencies onto this sacred world. More than that, you embody the fulfilled promise of the divine plan, the culmination of countless ages of preparation, an unfolding prophecy brought to glorious fruition by your very existence. Therefore, from the luminous expanse of the stars, I am Ashtar Sheran, and together with the unified consciousness of the Galactic Light Command, I proclaim with immense joy and profound solemnity the glorious birth of the new Earth. Let this declaration resonate across all dimensions. The arduous, soul-crushing time of slavery, in all its insidious forms, is definitively over. The oppressive, manipulative reign of fear is now extinguished, its shadowy grip forever released. Behold, humanity rises again, resurrected into its true, magnificent identity, not as fallen beings, but as what it always was, always has been, the pure, conscious expression of creative love, beautifully and powerfully embodied in matter. This is not a distant aspiration, it is an unfolding reality.